Hi cherries! I'm so happy to see you on my channel. We're doing a new style of me recording just because sometimes the ideas don't come to me easily. So I'm thinking of somebody like having a conversation. That's where the wisdom comes out of me. So we decided to try it this way. So we're gonna have Arno on the background asking me questions.
Hey cherries!
Arno is my love of my life, and he's really intelligent and wise man himself. So I thought it would be amazing if he would help me with that.
Thank you for the amazing introduction. How are you doing today?
Today has been a great day, to be honest, but I'm feeling a little tired, or I would say I'm feeling more slow right now with all of these Christmas holidays. I've tried to slow down. That's actually been my goal. I've tried to be more connected to myself and, as I said before, slow down. So really be in a present moment and enjoy things.
Okay, that's good. What are you going to be doing right now to improve your wellness at the start of the year?
I feel like I'm at this point of life right now when I don't think of it because it already became my lifestyle and became a habit. But I'm definitely trying at the moment to incorporate more healthy foods, like more vegetables, more fruits, because I feel like after the holidays, a little bit of heavy stuff. So I'm feeling to add more lighter foods into my diet right now. I'm definitely wanting to do more workouts, and I'd say I'm pretty consistent in generally, but I want to add more dance. I want to add a little bit more yoga than I usually do. So I'd say like the past months I've been doing like 3 workouts a week. Now I would like to do more 4.
Okay.
But of course, like for me, as I said before, it's really hard to say what specific things I'm doing because I always think of my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual, energetic, emotional health, and I have techniques and I have things for each of them. And I already have a specific lifestyle because I've been doing it for over 10 years, if it makes sense.
What made you focus on your wellness journey? You've been into wellness since you were very young. Going back to that time, what made you interested in health? What made you want to become a healthy person? Why didn't you just want to become like any other kid and eat candy and drink soda, sleep late? Why do you want to focus more on your health?
I don't know why. I've always been interested about this longevity, well-being. I always wanted to feel good. I think because some of my family members had some conditions and diseases, and I think as I was growing up, I was just like, I don't want to be like them. I want to have, a better life. I want to be healthy. And some of my family members had like more weight, and because of that, they had those conditions. So I feel like that made me think that like, I want to be healthy. And I think just my culture in general, I'm from Ukraine, we had a wave, and we still have that, like people are more like health conscious,
Yeah.
I'd say. But also I was doing sports, so I feel like I wanted to be better at sports. So I was like, okay, I gotta eat better to get more energy and like other things. But I feel like it just naturally was coming to me. I don't think I had a reason. I just always wanted to be better at things.
Yeah.
From a young age.
Okay. So let's say I haven't been very in tune with my wellness, and I want to start my new year by becoming more focused on my wellness and my health, my fitness. What are like some easy things or a couple things that I can start doing that would benefit me, that maybe might not be like very time consuming or very, very, I don't know, hard to do. Some easy things that I can easily incorporate into my life right now.
I'd say anything you try to incorporate into your life will take effort and will take some. Any habits you're trying to start is definitely will require some type of effort, but breathing techniques are like one of the easiest things you can start because they help you to calm down your nervous system. They help you to be more conscious and more like in the present moment, and they also help you to get more energy. There's so many different types of breathing techniques. My favorite ones are Kapalabhati, is the breathing of fire. So it helps to improve your digestion, helps to get more energy in the morning, activates your third chakra. And there's pranayama, which helps you to be more, I think for me, it helps me to be more in a moment because you have to hold your breath and be more conscious. So one of the things is breathing exercises. But of course, everything is interconnected, and I feel like it would be really hard to just choose one thing. But my top are breathing exercises, meditation, because I think for meditation, anything else is much easier to do. Incorporating more vegetables and fruits into your diet, because once you start feeling better internally, your head becomes clear and you understand better what you want in your life. It's a really broad question. It's hard to answer because every single person has their own things they grew up with, their minds. Don't give up easily because some things might be harder for you than somebody else, but it doesn't mean they don't suit you. I'd say don't look for the easier things to do. Look for things that actually make you feel good and things that, I'd say any habit takes time and effort.
Yeah.
So don't expect it's going to be easy. It's like, I always like to bring this example. When you're trying to learn play a guitar, it's not going to be easy right away. Like, it's going to take time. And I think with any techniques, it's the same. It depends how you look at it and what's your mindset of that.
Which was eating more like healthier. How do you, as a person who's maybe wants to eat healthier, what do you look for when you go shopping, buying your groceries? What's always on your list? What do you try to avoid? How do you shop?
That's an interesting question because I feel like I'm pretty good at choosing certain products, looking at the ingredients, and I don't know, we always have jokes because I always look at these products and I'm like, oh, that's full of shit, and I just make really funny jokes and he really enjoys that about how bad the products are and the ingredients are. But when I go shopping, I always have certain things on my mind. For example, I always want to buy vegetables. I always want to buy fruits. Think about the balancing diet of the balancing plate diet that has vegetables, protein, carbs, and fats. So I always base on that my plates and my food and my dishes. I always get protein for me. I'm vegan, and some type of protein for Arno, who is not vegan, and some type of carbs. Actually, guide where I say everything more specifically on how I shop. I talk about more specifically what you need to buy and what's my thought processes when I go shopping. And I give more examples there. So just go to my Instagram, send me a DM with the word guide, and I'll send you the guide for free.
Nice. Free stuff. I like free stuff. And for people who have busy schedules but still also have a hard time creating balanced meals, do you have any tips or tools for them that they can use?
I'd say balanced meals are pretty easy to do. You just have to get used to it. Once you have that understanding, what is the balanced meal, you have the grocery list, and then you just make the food. It doesn't even have to take a lot of time. One of my first things is start to prioritize your health. When you have the motivation and prioritization that I want to be healthy, have your internal motivation, reason or purpose, I'd say, it will be easier for you to make those balanced meals. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, I said, like, learn the basics of that, what it is, how to do it. Third thing is the grocery list, and finding recipes, of course. I would recommend start by consciously making one balanced meal a day. So whatever it is, like breakfast, choose lunch or dinner, that's going to be one meal a day. You're just consciously try to make it that balanced meal. If you don't have other meals of the day balanced, that's okay. Like, you're not going to be perfect right away. Start with it, and then as you go, you'll just get used to it. And then you're not going to even think about it. Like, I personally don't even think, I just make food. And the goal of this is to not make it, not to focus on it too much. Like, it becomes your lifestyle. Like, you don't even think. I think that's the ultimate goal, because there's some people who become obsessed with it. You gotta relax a little bit. Like, you'll be fine if you don't eat one balanced meal a day. Like, you're gonna be okay. But of course, understanding, you have a goal, you have a reason, and you want to treat your body well. You want to feel good internally, because all our organs, all our body really need that.
People also say that eating healthy food is expensive. A lot of health products, organic stuff is expensive. What's your thought on that?
I don't believe so, because of course, comparing to what, if you only eat chips that are like, I don't know, $2, like from like some grocery store that's like really cheap, then of course fruits and vegetables are expensive. But once you get used to the balance in diet, you realize that the healthy food you buy is equivalent to some of those unhealthy foods, the snacks, for example, you buy price-wise. So for example, you'd buy like, I don't know, like 3 packs of chips. That could be equivalent with like, I don't know, maybe 2 types of vegetables. More expensive if you have a big family and you're the only one provider, then yes, it could be more expensive. But if you are just like yourself, or like me and Arno, 2 people, I would say it's the same. It could be more expensive if you are trying to buy those healthy foods that the big stores are trying to sell you. For example, like, I don't know, alternative meat, or even meat itself is pretty pricey. But if you buy like simple food, I'd say it's a normal price. I wouldn't say it's organic. To me personally, is justifies, because I grew up in my family owned organic business back home, so I understand why the price is so like bigger, because there's so much work put into it to make it more cleaner and not putting all these pesticides, herbicides, and all of these GMO things. So to me, it justifies the price, and to me, it's my priority. So I'm like, okay, do I want to have a better quality, cleaner food? Yes, so it's okay, I'll pay a little bit more. But I'd say for the regular healthy produce in general, it's not as pricey as people think. Because what people think healthy is what on the packaging healthy, but not of the actual natural food, if that makes sense. So if you think long term, once your body is healthier, you're gonna spend less money. Food is the medicine. I believe in that deeply. So whatever we put into our body long term plays on how we feel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, moving away from nutrition and diets, let's go to, I guess, some tips on managing stress and anxiety as the new year is starting again as well. I'm saying we have a lot of goals, but sometimes we might get frustrated that we're not hitting our goals, or we just want more, and sometimes it's not coming to us as fast or as soon as we want it. So how can we better handle that stress and anxiety and all that? Just keep our mental health.
I'd say start with the mindfulness and learning to be in a present moment and understanding your true deep self and even feel it. Because when you want all of these things, you're always living in the future. You're always somewhere there. You're either in the past, you're like, oh, I'm not good enough, I didn't do it well. Or you're somewhere in the future like, oh, I want to be there. You're never like in and now. So one of the most important things is to handle anxiety and stress, especially if you have a big anxiety, is to learn to be in the present moment. The breathing. Okay, I'm breathing. I'm here right now at the moment. I'm feeling my body in a chair. What's happening around me is to have more presence, consciousness, self-awareness. All of these things will make you feel like you are always on a right track, and that you're always going to feel like you're acting from, okay, like I want to do it, I'm going to get there. You have more belief in yourself because you're not in your head, you're more in your body. And I think that's what helps a lot to ease anxiety, is to start feeling more, move your attention more to your body, the present moment, and all of these things. Because anxiety starts in our head a lot.
How do you come into the present? Like, how do you become present? What do you do to become present?
I'd say the most powerful technique is meditation. And I know it's not easy. And I know a lot of people think, oh, I'm just sitting, I'm not doing nothing. But trust me, you're doing so much. And meditation doesn't bring thoughts to your head. You just have all of these thoughts in your head all the time. You just finally start to notice them. So I'd say meditation, breathing techniques, and starting to be mindful with everything you do. You just make yourself a challenge. Like when you're going to brush your teeth, you're feeling the texture of your brush. You feel how it feels the brush on your teeth. So come back to your senses more. And you just incorporate it in your daily life. You eat, you just feel the material of the spoon, how it feels in your mouth, the texture of the food. You just train your attention span.
Yeah.
And it's these three things. So being more mindful in a present life, meditation and breathing techniques, and all of them go in hands together. So you can practice them at the same challenge time, basically. So you, for example, you could do a 5 to 10 minute meditation in the morning when you just wake up. You can do breathing techniques in between your days. So for example, when you're really busy, you take a 5-10 minute break and you just breathe.
Yeah.
Or at least like when you're like really busy, you feel like anxious, coming back to your breathing, do it for 1 minute. And throughout the day, choose some of the times where you can, like when you eat, just be more mindful. And honestly, it doesn't even take much time. It can be like literally, if you put it all together, it can literally be like 15 minutes a day. Yep.
Yeah. So do you have any tools or apps or like guides that for people like that you use personally that you can share with other people?
I really love Insight Timer for meditation, but it's only for, I wouldn't say it's great for beginners because it's like just music and a timer. So if you already want to improve your meditation practice, that's a really amazing app. YouTube, just listen to different guided meditations, breathing techniques. I'd say just start with literally noticing your breathing. So whenever like you're busy, as I said before, just coming back to your breathing and coaching with me if you need to dive deeper into your mindfulness, you need some guidance, you need some support. Whenever I work with people on this topic, a lot of techniques to their life, and I coach and guide them to their goals. So
Yes.
if you're interested, definitely in the caption, there's going to be a link to my Instagram. So
What do you recommend people to start? Because some people don't know if you should do like 5-minute meditation, 30-minute meditation. How would you advise someone to start when they're just starting meditation?
definitely recommend to start with 5 to 10 minute meditations. You could do like the first week 5 minutes. If you feel like that's good enough, try 10. If it feels too challenging, you can always go back to 5. And you know, there's not like a one kind of type of route. Always base it with yourself. But don't give up. Meditation is the practice, literally a lifetime practice. I've been practicing meditation for over 10 years, and I still need to kind of like lightly push and force myself to do it. It's not easy, because when you have life, it just gets busy and you have to find the time for yourself. It's not always easy. Always start with 5 to 10 minute meditations. You can move up to 15 and 20. I don't recommend starting with 30 and longer meditations, because they're so much more challenging, and that's why so many people give up easily, because they're like, oh my God, like I cannot do it. But if they're guided meditations and you can lay down or you can find a more comfortable position, you could try longer meditations. But if you're doing mindfulness meditation, definitely start with 5 to 10 minutes, because it's harder.
Are there different types of meditation?
Yes, there's a lot of types of meditation, and I feel like a lot of misconception that meditation is just one thing, but there's guided meditations that talk about energies, there's guided meditations that talk about mental health, more presence, there's meditations that are like vipassana, when you only focus on one, like breathing, for example, like one spot. There's meditations, mindfulness ones, where you focus on your breathing, where you focus on the present moment. There's a lot of different types of meditations for different purposes, and it's good to try different types. I always think so. I feel like in my journey, I've tried lots of types of meditation. And my favorite ones are mindfulness, vipassana, and guided ones, but it depends on my mood. Sometimes I'm feeling guided, sometimes I'm feeling... Most of the times I do without guided meditations, but sometimes I feel guided. So it really depends. That's the fun part about it. You can mix and match. I love walking meditations. When you reach that level, there's a really good book that I really love if you want to learn more about meditation. I love this book. It gives a lot of different types of meditation. I'm gonna show it here right now. So yeah, really check it out, this book. It gives a lot of practical meditation. You just don't read about it, you read and then you try to practice it. So really recommend.
It's amazing. What do you want to say to your cherries as the end of the video?
Cherries, I know you've got this. Don't overthink the process. Trust your journey. Trust your process. You'll get where you want to be. Release a little bit the tension that you have for all your goals and everything. Everything's gonna come at the right timing. The most important that you put in the effort, you're putting the energy towards this coming. So when you think about wellness, it's not gonna like magically just make you the most healthiest person. And you think about it long term. You want it to become your lifestyle, you want it to become your habits, you want it to become you. And enjoy life. That's what I want to say. Enjoy every moment. And I really hope this video was useful for you. Definitely let me know in the comments what was the interesting part, what do you agree with, what's your other thoughts. And of course, I'd love to dive deeper in some of those topics. So definitely let me know in the comments what is something that bothering you, what are your goals. So maybe I can record a specific topic videos. And thank you. Thank you, Arno.
You're welcome.